Phew. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama. Okay, that's good. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. Yes. Hey, Hare Krishna. Hare Bo.
Hare Krishna.
Hey, your eyes are healed.
No, not healed.
No?
No, but it's better. It's better.
Oh, well, that's good. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Welcome, everybody. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari, Rama, Hari, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari, 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 Rama, Hari, Rama, Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hari, Hari, Rama, Hari, Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Krishna
Ram
Shri
Ram,
Chaitanya
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna,
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna, Chaitanya,
Ram
Shri
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna, Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Chaitanya
Shri Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Nanda, Nityananda,
Shri
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna, Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Krishna,
Nityananda,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Nityananda,
Shri
Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Nityananda
Chaitanya,
Nityananda
Shri
Nityananda
Krishna,
Krishna, Shri Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri
Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna,
Srivasari Gora Bhakta
Shri
Vrinda
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Mukla
Hare Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Hari Ram
Shri
Hari Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Ram Ram
Chaitanya,
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Prabhu,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Ram Ram
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Prabhu,
Krishna
Hari Hari Hare Ram Hari
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari
Prabhu,
Hari
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Ram Ram Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Hari
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Ram Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Ram Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Hari Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Rama
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 Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Rama
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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
So I got this program
Krishna
so devotees can interact with each other. So if you can, take advantage of that. Come on, and interact with the devotees. And it's important. You got to share. Share your, and that you get the mercy of the devotees, and you also give mercy to the world. This is Krishna consciousness. So take advantage. Try to learn if you can. I mean, if it's impossible, great. Come in and interact with the devotees. Make friends. Talk to people. Come on here, man. Be social. Be personal. Sure. You make a difference in people's lives. So don't just sit there like watching a boob tube or something. Come up and interact if you can. I mean, if you can't figure it out, okay, fine. But if you can, come on, take some initiative. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
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 Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
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 Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
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 Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Ram
Rama Hari Hari Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama
Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Rama
Ram Ram Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hari Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
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 Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Ram Hare
Hari Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna
Ram
Hari
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Rama
Ram Ram
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hari Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Jesus Nityananda Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Jesus Shri
Hare Hare,
Jesus.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Jesus Shri
Hare,
Nityananda
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Jesus
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Hare Rama
Hare
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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Advaita, Shiva Sari,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda, Shri
Sri
Advaita,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shiva Sari, Guru Bhaktivinoda.
Sri Krishna
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda,
Sri Krishna
Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shiva Sari, Guru.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda,
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya
Gadadhar, Shiva Sari,
Rama
Guru.
Rama
Jesus,
Sri
Srila
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Prabhupada,
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna
Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar,
Krishna
Shiva Sari, Guru.
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Jesus, Srila
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Prabhupada, Shri
Chaitanya
Hare Rama
Prabhu Nityananda,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Advaita, Gadadhar,
Hare
Shiva Sari,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna
Nityananda,
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama
Nityananda, Shri
Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama
Nityananda,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Hare Rama
Shri
Hare Rama
Chaitanya, Shri
Rama Rama
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Chaitanya, Shri
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Sri Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Sri Krishna
Hare Hare
Shri
Chaitanya Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Shri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Hare Hare Hare
Shri
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama Rama
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri
Hare Rama
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Nityananda,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama
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 Nityananda,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Nityananda, Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Sri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Nityananda,
Krishna Hare Hare
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Rama
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama
Chaitanya
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna
Nityananda Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Nityananda
Hare Krishna
Hare
Shri
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Rama Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Rama Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Radha,
Rama Rama, Hare
Radha,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Radha,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Radha. All glories
Rama
to
Rama, Hare
Srimati
Hare, Hare
Radharani.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha, Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Radha,
Rama,
Radha,
Hare
Radha,
Rama,
Radha,
Shiva, Hare
Radha,
Rama,
Radha, Radha, Radha,
Rama Rama Hare
Radha,
Krishna Krishna
Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Radha,
Rama, Rama,
Radha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha,
Hare Rama, Hare
Radha,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Radha,
Krishna Krishna
Radha,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Radha,
Rama Hare Hare
Radha,
Krishna
Radha,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Radha,
Rama Rama Hare
Radha,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Radha,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Radha,
Rama Hare
Radha,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Radha,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Radha,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Radha,
Rama
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 Rama,
Radha,
Krishna
Radha,
Krishna Krishna
Radha,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Radha,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Radha,
Krishna
Radha,
Hare Hare
Radha,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Radha,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Radha,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Radha,
Rama Rama
Radha,
Hare Krishna Hare
Radha,
Krishna
Radha,
Hare Rama
Radha,
Rama Rama
Hare
Radha,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Srila Gaura Haridas,
Rama,
Rama
Srila Gaura Haridas,
Krishna
Srila Gaura Haridas,
Rama
Srila Gaura Haridas,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Srila Gaura Haridas,
Rama
Srila
Hare Krishna, Hare
Gaura
Krishna,
Haridas,
Hare Krishna
Srila Gaura Haridas, Srila Gaura Haridas, Srila
Jaya
Gaura
Jaya Sri
Haridas,
Chaitanya Jaya
Srila
Nityananda
Gaura Haridas,
Jaya
Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nanda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Yeah. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Chapter 9 of Govinda Lilamrita. Picking flowers and worshipping the 9 planets. Sounds interesting. Is that a good chapter there, Lalita?
I read without understanding what I was reading, Guru Maharaj. I
Really?
can't say.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter to you. So, divine love, prema. Divine love, prema, made Radha and Krishna's minds dance as the dancing teacher before the assembly of the Sakis, like Vrinda. Divine love, prema, made Radha and Krishna's minds dance as the dancing teacher before the assembly of Sakis like Vrinda. This teacher blissfully ornamented Radha and Krishna's dancing minds with moods of restlessness, eagerness, joy, and others. This teacher blissfully ornamented Radha and Krishna's dancing minds with moods like restlessness, eagerness, joy, and others. Prema ornamented Radhika's dancing body with ornaments of blazing existential ecstasies. Prema ornamented Radhika's dancing body with ornaments of blazing existential ecstasies, such as moods that illuminate the body, such as the scene of the braids, blouse, and underwear. Blissfully ornamented Radha and Krishna's minds with moods. Breathing through the braids and the blouse and underwear, and jumba, heavy breathing through the looming nostrils, and the 7 ornaments that come without effort, ayatam maja, such as soba, enjoyable beauty, kanti, blazing beauty that gives thirst to Cupid, deepti, beauty derived from age and qualities, madhurya, unconditional beauty, and pragalbhata, fearless expertise and enjoyment, adora, unconditional humility, and daira, patience. The 10 natural moods, svabhavja, such as lila, imitating the lover's charming dress and pastimes, vilas, improvements of the face, eyes, gait, sitting, staying, and acts arising out of union with the lover, vichitti, beautifying the body with even a few ornaments, vibrama, being overwhelmed with lust, wearing ornaments upside down, kila kinchit, a mixture of 7 moods, namely pride, desire, crying, laughing, malice, fear, and anger, and becoming manifest simultaneously. Nirojyata, remembering the lover and desiring him within the heart, and after hearing about him, kutamita, showing anger and pain when the lover clasps the breasts and bites the lips, but feeling happy within, vivroja, showing neglect towards the gifts given by the lover of anger and pride. Actually, this is pretty deep right now. Let's read something else. A little bit too deep. Yeah, I got to be careful. Looking too much at what's being destroyed in this world, it kind of saps the bhakti out of you. I'm going to watch that more. It's not good. It's kind of, I started to realize when I was chanting how the lila, they have the matura lila when it's like Kamsa took over and started to destroy stuff, and so the people were in that lila. They were feeling oppressed and persecuted like this, and then Krishna and his devotees were in Vrindavan at the same time. So but they're over there, not even looking at that much, but they're involved in all this ecstatic worship. So we're kind of like that now. We're kind of like our bodily thing is we're here in this world. And so it's like, and you can look at this, what's going on here, or you can actually meditate on the Leela more. And it's, and otherwise, what I notice is if I get too much into this, what's going on in the world, it saps out the devotion and the bhakti. Yeah, and then I'm sitting there trying to chant, and it's just it's just like just just kind of goes. So it's a good lesson. It's a kind of a balance. You need to do it. It's interesting how that Leela worked. Like when Kamsa took over and persecuting them, just and overran the demigods. The good people, the ones like the demigod types, they became oppressed. Even the devotees, oppressed and depressed and suppressed, like that kind of thing. But then Krishna Lila was going on, and everybody's just relishing mellows, and it's in like another place, but still on the earth.
Yeah, it's dark energy. It's very, very dark energy, and it, if if light energy infects us, dark energy infects us as well.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, especially this devotional energy is above everything. It's above the light and the dark of this world, the good and the bad. It's another level. So that they were in Vrindavan on the same planet while all that was going on, but they were in this blissful, ecstatic. So we're kind of like, yeah, Anyway, it's a lesson, another one of these lessons. It sort of happened even when Lord Chaitanya was here. Some of the devotees would be associating more with like Mayavadis sometimes and everything, and it would sap their bhakti out of them. And Lord Chaitanya chastised, who was it, Murari Gupta, for doing that. He said, you lost your wealth of devotion by too much association with, these other people, yogis, and, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, anyway, something to take note of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But Krishna's merciful. He teaches us in all these different things. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya too. When he would associate with materialists, he would be in kirtan. And he said, "Where's my usual ecstasy? It disappeared. I don't feel the usual ecstasy. Oh, I must have associated with a mayava, with materialistic persons.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
remember Goa, Guru Maharaj? All those
Who?
Mayavadis in Goa?
Yeah.
You feel it. Don't
You
associate
feel it.
with them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. Yeah. They have no devotion. So it's a different level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, devotion is different, unique to everything, and yeah, and so that's. I mean, it's pretty kind of. It's a miracle that we're preaching to this extent, where people are coming and are becoming attracted because it's so high. It's so people don't even understand it very well. Christians don't really understand it. Vaishnavas don't understand this devotional platform. But anyway, it's building steam because it's like it. It's like Jesus said. It starts like a mustard seed and it grows bigger than anything,
Yeah.
stronger than anything. It starts small. And okay, so chapter 2 of Majji. The Lord's manifestation at the house of Srivas and the inauguration of Sankirtan. All glories to Gaurachandra, who is the benefactor of the entire world. Please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. All glories to Gaurachandra, who is the benefactor of the entire world. Please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. All glories to Lord Gauranga, along with his devotees. By hearing the topics of Lord Chaitanya, one attains devotional service to the Lord. In great satisfaction, they went to Advaita and informed him of what they had seen. Yet the truth of Advaita Charya is very difficult to understand because he sometimes reveals himself and sometimes conceals himself. When Advaitacharya heard the news, he became fully absorbed and began to speak as follows. Heard the news that Lord Chaitanya had become a Vaishnava. He turned from this proud scholar into this mood of a, humble, ecstatic devotee, with relishing mellows. Oh, brothers, please hear me. Last night I saw something in a dream. In the dead of night, someone came to me in a dream and said, Rise, Acharya, go and take your meal. I am telling you the meaning of the text that you read. Now get up and eat and worship me. Why are you feeling sad? You have obtained everything. Your resolution has been fulfilled. Your fasting, your worship, your tears while crying out the name Krishna, and your vow with raised arms, all to induce the Lord's advent, have now become successful. Purport. An elaboration of these verses is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, as follows. Advaitacharya Goswami is an incarnation of the Lord as a devotee. His loud calling was the cause for Krishna's incarnation. Advaita, having appeared, found the world devoid of devotional service to Sri Krishna, because people were engrossed in material affairs. Yeah, devoid of pure devotional service to Krishna. There was devotional service. People were chanting. There are Vaidhi Bhaktas, just like now, but devoid of pure devotional service, like this ecstatic, intimate worship. He saw the world was devoid of it. Yeah, and so even the devotees, because if you're not tasting this ecstasy, you'll be interested in material life. You'll be interested in marriages and astrologies and still material stuff. So he, saw, just like now, when we get a taste of devotion, you look around, how many people have it? How many people in religion really have it? Yeah. So it's rare. Yeah. Yeah. So he's calling. See, it's so funny because the devotees, you become like a Dvaita. As you're ecstatically calling out the name by chanting, and you're feeling these ecstatic symptoms like he did, then you see this is real. This is reality, and this other stuff is illusions. Temporary stuff. And you realize, boy, this reality is better. This reality is where it's at. This other stuff, this thing, it makes you feel bad and miserable, entrapped. It's like an entrapment, this material Maya. Yeah. So he himself, so Advaita began to ponder how he could act for the people's benefit. So isn't that kind of like the same kind of mood? How can we act for the people's benefit? Seems like pretty difficult, like, wow, what can do to change the minds of these people? Yeah. One thing I did get yesterday, I was looking up there one guy was talking about Bitcoin, and it was pretty interesting because he was talking about how value is assessed in this world. So everything previously was on like a gold standard. That precious metal became valuable. It's like it caught people's attention. See, and this is valuable. And then from that, then petroleum became the standard. Actually, then petroleum oil, they called it black gold. Became a standard of wealth. People's attention got into that. It's very liquid, and so, yeah. And so now electricity is becoming the new standard. Cryptocurrency, everything to do with digital. It's a fluid type thing. and it captures people's attention, computers, digital, and so the world is being funneled into a digital thing and not petroleum. Petroleum means flying, traveling in a car, and people are saying and going to work. And so now the world is saying, the ones, the controllers, is they're moving everything to digital and because people's attention is being captured by the digital world, and so that's becoming the standard of value. So cryptocurrency is digital, so that'll be the new wealth. See, so because it captures people's attention, and this way, see, petroleum comes off the standard, gold comes off the standard. And you don't, because you don't need to drive anymore. You just stay home. You notice they want you to stay home, order on Amazon, let them deliver it to you. After a while, it'll be drones. See, the electric cars, drones will just come and they'll drop off your packages. Drones, it's just, oh, why go to work? Why drive anywhere? Just stay at home and order your stuff. Go to work. Why go to work? Why drive to work? That's using energy and all that. Just stay at home. Go log online. Okay? So all of this stuff, it's just a very major change in the world. And so there has to be some kind of adaptation also. That's why I guess I'm trying to study something, because to adapt to what's going on. To survive. I mean, otherwise, a lot of people die in these changes because they can't adapt. So, some kind of adaptation is important. Now, as far as bhakti goes, this is another thing: is bhakti you have to see that actually this is the ultimate standard, and people's attention will be captured here because, as it's promoted, as it's relished, capturing people's attention because it's very attractive, and it this other stuff causes a lot of, suffering. Still, it's still material. See, this is spiritual. So I guess, that's what we're doing is it's capturing our attention, this bhakti, this path, and gradually it becomes attractive and starts capturing the attention of others. And then you're tapped into the unlimited source, which is the Lord, which is better than anything. He's the real wealth. So it's like transition to transition, ultimately to, love of God, All right, who do we got here? So we'll bring... Okay, let's hide her for a minute, and let's bring Bhakti Tom, give him a chance up here. There he is, Tom. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Coming back from a Japa walk.
Oh, good. Yeah. So he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. In this age of Kali, there is no religion other than the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But how in this age will the Lord appear as an incarnation? I shall worship Krishna in a purified state of mind. I shall constantly petition him in humbleness. My name, Advaita, will be fitting if I am able to induce Krishna to inaugurate the movement of the chanting of the holy name. While he was thinking about how to propagate Krishna by worship, the following verse by Narada Muni in the Gautama Tantra came to his mind. Sri Krishna, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers him merely a tulsi leaf and a palm full of water. Advaita considered the meaning of the verse in this way. Not finding any way to repay the debt he owes to one who offers him a tulsi leaf and water, Krishna thinks, there is no wealth in my personal possession to a tulsi leaf and water. Thus the Lord liquefies the debt by offering himself to the devotee. Considering this, Acharya began worshipping the Lord, thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna. He constantly offered tulsi buds in water from the Ganges. He appealed to Lord Krishna with loud calls and then made it possible for Krishna to appear. Therefore, the principal reason for Sri Chaitanya's descent is this appeal of Advaita. The Lord, the protector of religion, appears by the desire of his devotees. So, that's, again, why we need sadhu sangha, because you're around devotees that have that desire for Krishna to appear. Even though he appears just in our hearts. You're calling Krishna. Why? You get a taste of him appearing in the heart. There's nothing like it. It's the most greatest thing in the world, right? So always calling. And the more he appears in the heart, the more you want him. It develops a spiritual lust. See, that's right. That's why we need to do devotional service in association devotees like that, because that's how you develop that desire, is being around devotees who have that desire. That's and then you start to get purified in that association. Otherwise, the Vaidhi thing is very slow. You don't have persons calling the Lord so ardently like that. They don't know what it is. You got to get basically, this transcendental lust touching your heart. So to call the Lord like that, so we need the association devotees. So chanting of Krishna's names will spread to all countries, all towns, and all houses. Devotional service, text 16. Devotional service that is rare, even Lord Brahma, will now be available to everyone by your mercy. See, so by the mercy of Advaita, devotional service that is rare for even Lord Brahma will be now available to everyone by your mercy. And that's how it is. Basically, you got to have a devotee that is calling the Lord, and the Lord appears. Even though you may not see the Lord like he came 500 years ago, but he's not going to appear like that. Still, the devotee causes the Lord to appear. And because of that way of worship publicly, then by the mercy of that devotee, love of God is being preached. Not being, oh yeah, here it comes in my heart. And, I'm sorry, I can't let it out, man. I got to hold it in. Okay, you're holding it in. Great. Thank you very much. So this is what it's got, so the Lord Chaitanya let it out, man. He expressed himself. He told Nityananda, let it out. Advaita, let it out. Show this devotion. Let it from you, ecstatic prema emanates, man. Show people what it is. And by that mercy, it'll be available. Otherwise, not available. That's why for 550 years, where is it? Nobody's letting it. It's just not here. Either the devotees are not here, or maybe they've got some, and they're out in a cave somewhere, not letting it out. So it doesn't exist. It's not available. Product, it's a product, right? It's a product of what? Devotional service, loving ecstasy. A product, it's like, oh yeah, who else can get this product? Well, I'm sorry, it's not available. We're not distributing it. See, so therefore, for 550 years, it hasn't been shown in Vaishnavism. And then we have the latest acharyas, Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Siddhanta, and Prabhupada, who kept it in their secrets. So it still wasn't quite available, was it? That's why I always see with Bhakti Siddhanta. Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to say there? Oh, here. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I wanted to read you 2 3 sentences, and I would like to know your
Yeah, go ahead.
opinion,
Go
Guru
ahead.
Maharaj.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, one who thinks that he's surrendered but retains his independence, he is a great pretender. One who is fully surrendered, he has no separate will anymore. His will become one with the will of Lord.
This is.
Uh,
I heard so.
could you say something?
Yeah, yeah. Um, who said this? First of all.
My ex-guru posted this on his wall,
Okay.
and I
All
see
right.
in this, because of your mercy, so
Yeah.
much
Yeah. Okay. I
not
hear this
conclusive.
in Vaishnavism. I hear this all the time. Stuff like that. It's speculation, and you can feel it. You can because it's like you're trying to figure out how it actually is. You don't know. It's not like you don't lose your independence. Go say that verse again. I'll show you. It's kind of a little convoluted. Go ahead.
Yeah. Not know what it's about.
You don't know what
Yeah,
it's
one
confusing.
who thinks
Yeah, go ahead. Say it.
and producing sense of guilty. One who thinks that he's surrendered but retains his independence, he's a great pretender.
Okay.
One who is
Oh, wait. You're going too fast. One who thinks he's surrendered and retains his independence. That is speculation. That is not that. You've got to. Krishna is a supreme independent. So the devotee is also. His independent is this. He's surrendered and he's choosing to be like that. It's his free will of independence to be surrendered. Never that. Otherwise it becomes a control thing, and that's what they're doing. A lot of persons, they don't understand that because they're into control, and that's part of the control thing. Krishna is not trying to control that way. It's like we have to be convinced from our own free will and logic and intelligence to surrender. That's
You surrender by desire.
by desire.
Really.
This is our independence to surrender. Okay?
Yes.
Otherwise, and that's the whole thing. That minute independence is because Krishna has that too. He wants to surrender to his devotees. Devotees want to surrender to Krishna. They see the logic in it. They see that it works better. Otherwise, because better than surrendering to Maya. We have a choice. Do you want to surrender to Maya? Do you want to surrender to Krishna? Read the next part of the verse.
one who is fully surrendered, he has no separate will anymore.
There we go. This is the thing. No separate will. The will of the devotee and the will of Krishna is in harmony. So that's sort of okay, but it works. It's like our will. Is like with the Lord's will. You have the same desire as the Lord. The desire of the Lord is to liberate people. Okay, we're in harmony with that, so that's okay. That last part is pretty good, but this other. So anyway, there's so many devotees, Vaishnavas, authorities I've seen, gurus. They're like this. They're not really clear, and they kind of like speculate. And it I don't know. It's not attractive to me to hear stuff like that. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, I feel so. I feel.
Go ahead.
You continue.
Yeah, somebody.
By saying things like that, they make the Lord so unattainable. They make it so difficult. You think, oh, that's not for me, and I will never attain that.
Yeah.
It's too high. How can?
Yeah, it's just not clear, and that's just kind of how it is. Those devotees, they need to associate with those who are actually experiencing how it shows up and how it works in their own lives. That relationship it's, you can't speculate on it. And that's why he's where he is. He's at that level. There's some control in there mixed in, and speculations and stuff like that. He has to hear from experienced devotees. Doesn't sound like he's so attracted to what we're doing, this kind of worship. So most Vaishnavas.
It seems like showing to people again that the God is somebody who's judging, somebody who's taking something from you, and so on. I think people who are really happy with relation with God, really free, really float, they would never say something like this. Of course, we are always controlled by Maya or by Krishna, of course, but when we are having this relationship, when we are in this flow with Lord, then it's like reciprocation. Lord is repeating this everywhere, and this great pretender. But if you know something about human being, that we have desires, karmas, that it's so complex, everything, maybe you have sincere heart, but sometimes there is purification and you behave not according to rules and regulation. And what? It makes you great pretender? Who said this? These people said this, not Lord said this.
Yeah.
You have to purify, but this one must be conscious of everything, not only on rule and regulation. And when you don't follow, then you are a great pretender. What is it?
Well, what it is until you're self-realized by really this intimate relationship with Krishna, then you just project on others, and that's a projection of his own inexperience. That's all. He's the pretender in that way. He's pretending to be self-realized, but he's not yet. He needs association with devotees to be purified more. So that's what people do. They project. It's like the Pharisees. They said Jesus is a pretender. He's a imitator. He's a heretic. He's this. He's that. And they were leaders. So we have the same thing in Vaishnava community. Gurus, Brahmins, the leaders, they still speculate and they call real devotees pretenders. That's why you need to have spiritual greed, where the Lord will lead you out of that association eventually to move on. Just like he did with you. He led you out. He attracted you out of that. Because that Vrindavan is protected by the Putanas. The Putanas is the false representatives of Vrindavan. They don't represent the real Vrindavan. Even in the four Vaishnava, what they call lines, or the Vaishnava community, they don't worship the Lord in the mood of Vrindavan. They're just kind of on their way, and they need to associate with these real devotees of Vrindavan who preach ultimate. And a lot of times they're not interested. They say they represent Vrindavan, but what they represent by their mood is the supreme controller. They represent the opulent Vishnu. See,
it really makes me angry when somebody is saying something but behave differently.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well,
Like talking about this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They can't help it. That's what there's a hypocrisy in that.
And they are protected. This ego is protected because they have knowledge. They are saying you the stuff. It's like here, but the atmosphere of your heart and this energy and what you are actually doing, then it's different, and there is no this coherence, and it's like confusing, like all Maya does. She's confusing you.
Well, if you believe in it, if you listen to it, if you have any faith in that, it's confusing. But if you don't have faith in pretenders, in those who are not, they're pretending to be represent Vrindavan. Isn't that what it is, basically? These people that are gurus in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line are claiming to represent Vrindavan. So do you, or don't you? If you represent Vrindavan, you represent the mood. The mood of Vrindavan is very ecstatic, intimate worship of Krishna. And if you don't represent that mood, you're a pretender. I mean, that's the bottom line.
I'm not so long in this Vaishnava association like you, but I already noticed that this is very common that these all gurus, they have own mood. Everybody has mood, some specific mood, and they are rely on this mood. For example, somebody is claiming that they are representing Vaishnava, but they have very, control and really not nice mood. And they are, because of their good, they are guru, they are saying, this is my mood. And they can allow themselves many, many things, harmful things, because of their mood.
Yeah,
but you are saying,
a lot of Vaishnavas I noticed, and they say this, well, he's just in a different mood. He's just in a different mood. They got this mood. And bottom line is still, the devotees of the real devotees of Vrindavan, they also have their moods, their victim moods, but they're all ecstatic devotees. See? They don't
and
have
here is said, who thinks he's surrendered but retains his independence, namely his mood, he is a great pretender.
Yeah. Well, the main, So, the mood of Vrindavan is ecstatic, and the devotees have their individual relationships. But the way the Vaishnavas use that in the unenlightened stage is they say, well, he's just in a different mood, but it's still mundane. It's still on the level of Vaidhi. Yeah, you have a Vaidhi mood this way, and you have that kind of Vaidhi mood and that Vaidhi. But it's not like Vrindavan devotees' moods. They're all ecstatic. Just like here, you see devotees, many of them are becoming ecstatic devotees, and they have their different moods, but they're all ecstatic. They all have ecstatic love, and their different moods. See, so this is the more true level, and that's the pretender level. Yeah, you have your moods, but it's a pretender. It's not the real thing. It's not real Vrindavan. This is more real. This is more in alignment with what's going on in Vrindavan.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. So, all Vaishnavas will experience realizations in the house of Srivas Pandit that are rare for even Lord Brahma. Do you notice that here? These realizations the devotees are getting are very rare. Okay? This means this is not just ordinary. This means God is in you and showing you these very intimate things. This is rare, and this is otherwise people, they don't have such realizations. It's just like a person that's a cripple, and they walk with a crutch. See, and their crutch is an external cane, right? You're walking. See, everybody is crippled because they're walking with a cane, an external thing. And that's like you're walking with the scriptures on an external level. You're crippled and you're using the scriptures, but it doesn't work that good. Okay? There's a better way. Okay? The better way is ultimately you get purified, and then you enter the Vrindavan mood, Vrindavan mood. But basically, the Lord in your heart awakens. And now you have also a cane. See? You have that cane is inside now. See? That walking stick is inside. Like Mother Sachi said, that Lord Chaitanya was her walking stick. But that walking stick was that love inside. Whether you awaken that with mantra or the Lord is actually here. The Lord is internal. He's not external. He's an internal being, just like he is inside our hearts. Now, we also have a walking stick, but it's inside and it's perfect. These are the realizations that he's talking about. Very rare to have this. Usually people, they study the scriptures. That's their walking cane, but it's not perfect because it's not intimate, like understanding. There's still speculation there. You don't understand the scriptures. See, here you get purified, and then the Lord in your heart awakens, and you also have the Lord inside, internalized, showing you very intimate things, realizations very deep. Okay? And then when you share that, express that, then people get purified by hearing these things because it's very clean. It's very purifying. It's like fresh water, not with any dirt in it. Okay? And then it awakens the heart. The Lord, as it starts to wake up, it's like, wow, somebody's waking me up. See, that's the worship of devotees, Their ecstatic worship, their clean understanding that the Lord from in them give and they express to others. See, the Lord, this is real food. He awakens and he's nourished like that.
That's a real miracle. If that happens to you, this is a real miracle because you're reading something and nobody explained it to you. And Krishna gives you an understanding about it.
Yeah.
Where is this coming from?
Yeah.
What am I saying here?
You become like the spontaneous devotees that we're reading about, like Ramananda Roy and all this. This is the gift of Lord Chaitanya. You become part of this very intimate family. That's why it's so hard for Vaishnavas to wrap their head around what we're doing. It's so different and so rare that people are not used to this. So that you guys, as first fruits, this is what you share. You say, wow, this is really, this is amazing. And people start to you start to catch their attention. They're actually looking for this, but they don't know what they're looking for. Okay? So you have to present, you have to be a presenter. You have to present this to the world of what you're getting. You got to show this treasure. That's why I say, come and participate. Show the treasure. Give and it shall be given unto you. Step out a little bit. And so you're getting stuff, getting. It's not about give me, let me retain, let me hold it in. Get it, and then put it out. And the more you put out, the more will come back into you. That's how you speed up the process. Yeah, if you
let it flow through us to the world. Let me give Krishna to the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you do.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting stuff, so share it, and you'll see more will come in, and then people benefit. It's like a flow. You keep it flowing. What is the point to just take it in and hold it?
No.
This is what
you will bury it. Then you bury it.
Yeah, you bury it. It's just
no.
Yeah, that's why this has Prabhupada's approval. This is an important stage. People need to do that. Okay, so when I opened my eyes, I saw Vishwambara, but he soon disappeared from my sight. So therefore, eat your meal. I am departing now, but I will come again while you are eating. When I opened my eyes, I saw Vishwambara, but he soon disappeared from my sight. His elder brother, Vishwarup, used to come and study Bhagavad Gita with me. The child, Vishwambara, was most enchanting and attractive. He used to come to my house to call his brother. See, even back then they were studying Bhagavad Gita. They enjoyed the book, just like we do. It's not like, oh yeah, you're just going to relish only the highest leelas. It's very wonderful. This part of sharing, because not everybody can understand all these mellows all the time. They need to understand, who God is and all these, preliminary stuff too. It's very relishable to share that. I mean, I love doing that. I love both. It's really nice. The special Ross in sharing the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam to the world that doesn't have any idea what is the difference. You know how important that is? People don't know the difference between what is the spiritual energy and the material energy and how to make a transition from that. It is very relevant now. The Lord is into relevance too, and the devotees are also. That's why you didn't see Prabhupada only just in the Vrindavan Ras. He was teaching people how to make a transition into understanding God step by step. So his brother Vishwarup used to come and study Bhagavad Gita with me. This child Vishwambara was most enchanting and attractive. He used to come to my house to call his brother. On seeing the beauty of this child, his heart was captivated. I blessed him with the words, "May you attain devotional service to the Lord." So that's the greatest blessing, right? Okay? If you come in here, that's the blessing. May you attain not just devotional, not Vaidhi or not rules, not that. No, may you attain pure love for God. See? That's what you get from such devotees. That's the blessing. May you attain pure love for God in your activities. And when you chant, may love awaken for that transcendental Lord. That blessing only comes from those who have it. When they chant and ecstatic love awakens, that's where you're going to get those blessings. Otherwise, what kind of guru, what kind of Brahmin, what kind of sannyasi give you that to you? That's why people have a different standard of what is a bona fide guru in Vaishnavism now. It's not about, oh, may you be with this devotee and get love of God from them, because they don't have it. If they have it, that's the blessing. You know, if you have association with a devotee that has attained love of God, they're going to want you to get the best thing, right? The highest thing, the most important thing. See? But if you're with a devotee and they give you the old, yeah, bless you, bless you. Oh, but after many lifetimes, you're going to get love of God, prema bhakti. This is your blessing. Many lifetimes. You get so many gurus like that. Yeah. Well, hey, man, you come here. May you be blessed with pure devotional love of God. That is the only treasure, man. And may it happen in this life. You know? And it will, if you take this association seriously, if that's what you really want. You will get love of God in this life. You will get attraction to Krishna in this life. May you get that benediction. If you're going to any guru and they're not giving you that benediction, or you don't even know what that benediction is because they never say it. May you just they may just go like this. Bless you, bless you, bless me. What?
With what?
What? No, just bless you, bless you. Oh, bless you. Well, I won't tell you. I'll just put you to work, man. Just work for me. Just give me your money and all that stuff. That's Maya. Where's the blessing? Blessing what? Oh, you blessing, go back to Godhead and all that. No, how about bless me with prema bhakti in this life? That's the blessing people need to know. And you only if the devotees of prema bhakta and with the devotional symptoms can they give that blessing. Okay? What does it say here? On seeing the beauty of this child, my heart was captivated. I blessed him with the word, may you attain pure devotional service to the Lord. Okay? And he did in that life, this life. So that's the blessing. That's how they spread it. You got to know what you're doing, man. Why are you a Vaishnava, man? What are you here for? What are you coming to Krishna for? This needs to be taught. If you come to Krishna, come for pure love of God in this life. But you got to go to the devotees who are in that stage, that are empowered with this, that have that blessing, recipients of that blessing. Yeah, then you can get that blessing. Then you'll understand. They start to understand, oh, that's the goal of life. Yeah, man, there ain't other treasure. That's what these books are teaching. The greatest treasure is pure love of God, yes or no? The Bible is even saying that. Yeah, Holy Spirit Man, that's pure love of God, worshiping God in the spirit of devotion to the Lord. That, if you don't know that, and you're coming to the Lord, and you're coming to religion, that's why it's a religion, because they don't teach this. Or they teach it, but they don't have love of God, therefore they can't give what they don't have. Here, I'm going to give you a loaf of bread. I'm going to give you a loaf of bread. I don't have that loaf of bread, but I'm going to tell you I'm going to give you a loaf of bread. That's all they can do, is tell you that it never comes.
Theory, but no practice. No.
Yeah. Oh, what happened here? We're losing our... Yeah. So, Hare Krishna. Let's see here. Let's have a little song here. Song. Time for a song. Time for a song.
It is a few minutes. I will be back soon.
Sing us a song, Tom. Or sing us a few verses, whatever you feel.
Yeah, I like to sing some verses.
Go ahead.
I like to use a keyword, like we did before. If you give me some keywords, I can sing some verses.
Keywords. Okay. Keywords. How about pure devotional service?
Pure.
It's our subject today.
No. Service.
What do you look in the database for the keywords?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Yeah. I saw you do that. That's great. It's fun.
But I have to laugh because when I asked you before, you also said pure devotion.
Oh yeah.
It's the same, but now it's service. It can give different results.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just obsessed, I guess.
You are enthusiastic.
It's an obsession. It's even more of an obsession with Lalita Ganga, I think.
What are you obsessed about, Guru Maharaj?
Service.
Ah, yeah. Of course. You're a guru. You're a real guru. That's what you do.
Oh, I found something.
You're the real guru. The real guru.
Krishna is the real guru. I just follow him sometimes. During the day, I've been following something else, and that's...
For us, you're the real guru because you are giving us prem. You're giving us love of God. Who else is doing that?
Well, the Lord gives it to me, and then I pay it forward.
You do?
Is it also okay to read some purport?
Whatever you want.
Okay. I found Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 4:21. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If one cherishes pure loving devotion to me, if one cherishes pure loving devotion to me, thinking of me as his son, his friend, or his beloved, thinking of me as his son, his friend, or his beloved, regarding himself as great, and considering me as equal or inferior, I become subordinate to him. Purport by Shri Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada, thank you. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, 3 kinds of devotional service are described, namely Bhakti, ordinary devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotional service, and Vida Bhakti, mixed devotional service. When devotional service is executed with some material purpose, involving fruitive activities, mental speculations, or mystic yoga, it is called mixed or adulterated devotional service. Besides Bhakti Yoga, the Bhagavad Gita also describes Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Dhyana Yoga. Yoga means linking with the Supreme Lord, which is possible only through devotion. Fruitive activities ending in devotional service. Philosophical speculation ending in devotional service. And the practice of mysticism ending in devotional service are known respectively as Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Dhyana Yoga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But such devotional service is adulterated by the 3 kinds of material activities. Wow. Okay. For those grossly engaged in identifying the body as the self, pious activity, or karma yoga, karma yoga is recommended. For those who identify the mind with the self, philosophical speculation or jnana yoga is recommended. But devotees standing on the spiritual platform have no need of such material conceptions of adulterated devotion. Adulterated devotional service does not directly aim for love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adulterated devotional service does not directly aim for love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Wow. Therefore, oh, this is so mixed. I have mixed feelings. Therefore, service performed strictly in conformity But the revealed scriptures is better than such Vida Bhakti because it is free from all kinds of material contamination. It is executed in Krishna consciousness, solely to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I hope this, yes. Those who are spontaneously devoted to the Lord, those who are spontaneously devoted to the Lord and have no aims for material gain are called attracted devotees. They are spontaneously attracted to the service of the Lord, and they follow in the footsteps of self-realized souls. Their pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti, manifests from pure love of Godhead, surpasses the regulative principles of the authoritative scriptures. Sometimes loving ecstasy transcends regulative principles. Wow. Sometimes loving ecstasy transcends regulative principles. Such ecstasy, however, is completely on the spiritual platform and cannot be imitated. Such ecstasy, however, is completely on the spiritual platform and cannot be imitated. The regulative principles help ordinary devotees rise to the stage of perfect love of Godhead. The regulative principles help ordinary devotees rise to the stage of perfect love of Godhead. Pure love for Krishna is the perfection of pure devotion. Pure love for Krishna is the perfection of pure devotion. And pure devotional service is identical with spontaneous devotional service. And pure devotional service is identical with spontaneous devotional service. And pure devotional service is identical with spontaneous devotional service. Flawless execution of regulative principles is exhibited in the Vaikuntha planets. Flawless execution of regulative principles is exhibited in the Vaikuntha planets. By strictly executing these principles, one can be elevated to the Vaikuntha planets, but spontaneous, pure loving service is found in Krishna Loka alone. Spontaneous, pure loving service is found in Krishna Loka alone. But spontaneous, pure loving service is found in Krishna Loka alone. That's the end of the purpose. I liked it. I cannot hear you.
Yeah, that's really the essence, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes spontaneous devotional service transcends the regulative principles. Like regulative principles were chanting regulatively, Hare Krishna, Krishna, and then you got a ecstatic awakening. See, it transcends the spontaneous, the rule, the regulative path. So we start on this, and then this by our sadhana, just ecstasy for an intimacy with the Lord awakens. Yeah, so it's beautiful. Otherwise, you got to flawlessly try to perfect this rules and regulations, and attain attain Vaikuntha. You notice also said in the verse there was interesting was that um, that the regulative principles assist you in developing love of God, and so it helps you, but the details of how it helps you needs to be understood. It helps you by getting you ready because it says Krishna says very rare to attain the Vrindavan bhakti in Vrindavan by the regulative principles. Very rare. I mean, it's possible you may, but very hard, very rare. Many lifetimes. See, many follow that way. But if you want it quick, then you got to understand how it helps you. See, this is the Bhagavad Gita. It says, if you cannot worship me with ecstatic love, pure love of God, then follow the rules and regulations and develop a desire to attain me. So it brings you up to the desire to attain Krishna, because that desire is very important. Because if you really want more than just the regulative principles, he'll lead you to the devotee. And that's how you attain this bhakti, which is Vrindavan. So it leads you to develop a desire, and then you associate with ecstatic devotees in some life where they're preaching this. If it's available. If not, you got to wait. You got to wait. If it's not available, it's not available. But if it's available, like it is here now, the greedy ones will come and get it. See, because now you associate with the devotees, and you're willing to. A lot of times, what do you think Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhaktivinoda were holding it back? Because people were not willing. They're not able to associate with ecstatic devotees externally manifest. Just like it was when Lord Chaitanya began to externally manifest this ecstasy in kirtan, people were opposed. Many people in Navadvip were opposed to it. They didn't like it. See, it's not receiving the gift. Later, they began to appreciate it. Just like here, we're expressing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I feel is here in this sangha, this creeper, bhakti creeper, he is nourished and cared for and gardened completely. Yes. So here is the more evolved stage, and we are completely in the care of the parampara energies, and here the creeper is being nourished completely, and the others, they cannot give it completely.
No, they can't even nourish the creeper, really, because bhakti is the bhakti creeper. That's bhakti lata bij. So it's nourished by bhakti, awakens bhakti. So it's this, yeah. So it can't be nourished by the regulative platform. They don't even know what it is. Usually, I mean, maybe there's something there, but it's speculation. Everything, the devotees' hearts are hard still. Many of them, spiritually hard. This awakens the Lord in the heart. It's very powerful. So
the gardener, he is present here fully.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's about, man. All right, let's get River. You read a little bit here.
I'll read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Rama. Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 9. The deliverance of Gopinath Bhattacharya. That's how you say it. Krishna, Krishna. One room. Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hare Ram. Ram. I'm just looking where I left off. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, I'm just going to start from here. I offer my respectful obeisances to my awesome spiritual master, Paramahamsa Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Haridas, Acharya of this age. All glories to you, my friend. I offer my respectful obeisance to the whole of the parampara. All glories, all glories, all glories. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Okay. Gopinath Pattanaya would collect some and pay some, spending it at will. So he would, because he's part of the government tax collection, he would give some to the government and save some for his own will. But I would not consider it very seriously. This time, however, he was put into trouble because of a misunderstanding with the prince. The prince wanted him punished. I think it's a devotee that's talking. The prince wanted, oh gosh, where did I go? Did I disappear? He just went, he did it himself. I didn't touch anything. The prince of the king that he was doing the job for, the tax collection job, wanted him killed, whereas, the other devotees, you can't be punished for something like that when you can pay for it. He can pay for the money back.
I think you need to start from the beginning.
Aha, well, okay.
Yeah, you got to start from the beginning. Nobody knows the story.
Oh, the beginning of this story.
Yeah, start at the beginning of the story. Yeah, where it started. Where that story started.
Beginning of the chapter. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's sometimes I think so. It depends on where that particular story started. I think it's at the beginning on that one.
No, yeah, nearly the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The deliverance of Gopinath Bhattacharya. The innumerable glories, the innumerable glorious followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought a constant flood of desert-like hearts of the unfortunate with an inundation of ecstatic love. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most merciful incarnation. All glories to Lord Nityananda, whose heart is always compassionate. All glories to Advaita Acharya, who is very merciful. All glories to the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always overwhelmed by transcendental bliss. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived at Nilachai, Jagannath Puri, with his personal devotees, always emerged in ecstatic love for Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always felt the waves of separation from Krishna, externally and internally. His mind and body were agitated by various spiritual transformations. During the day, he chanted, danced, and saw Lord Jagannath in the temple. At night, he tasted transcendental bliss in the company of Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar. People from the three worlds used to come visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone who saw him received the transcendental love of Krishna. The inhabitants of the 7 higher planetary systems, including the demigods, the Gandharvas, and the Kinnaras, and the inhabitants of all the 7 lower planetary systems, Pachaloka, including the demons and serpentine living entities, all visited Sri Chaitanya in the dress of human beings, dressed in different ways. People from the seven islands and nine Kandanas visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this was part of this verse. I'll just say it again. Living entities all visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the dress of human beings, dressed in different ways. People from the 7 islands and 9 Kandaras visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Vasudev, Sukadev, Goswami, and other great sages came to visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon seeing him, they became unconscious in ecstatic love of Krishna. Being unable to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the populace outside his room would make a tumultuous sound. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go outside and tell them, chant Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. All kinds of people would come to see the Lord, and upon seeing him, they would be overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights. One day, people suddenly came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and informed him, Gopinath Patikaya, the son of Bhavananda Rai, has been condemned to death by the Badajana, the eldest son of the king, and has been raised on the Kanja. Kanja was a device for killing. This is the purport, just let you know what a Kanja is if you don't know. The Kanja was a device for killing a condemned person. It consisted of a raised platform on which the condemned was made to stand. Underneath the platform, there were stationary upright swords. The condemned man would be pushed down on the swords, and in this way he would die. For some reason, Gopinath had been condemned to death and had been therefore been raised upon the Kanja. The Badajana has placed swords, so that's a prince, I think, has placed swords beneath the platform. They said, and will throw Gopinath upon them. O Lord, only if you protect him will he be saved. Bhavananda Rai and his entire family are your servants. Therefore, it is quite fitting for you to save the son of Bhavananda Rai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, why is the king chastising him? Thereupon, the people described the entire incident. They said Gopinath, the brother of Ramananda Rai, has always been a treasurer of the government. He served in the palace known as Malajatya Dandapata. Dandapata. Soliciting and collecting money there and depositing it in the government treasury. Once when he deposited the collection, however, a balance of 200,000 kanhajas of conch shells was due from him. Therefore, the king demanded this sum. Gopinath Pataka replied, "There is no money. I can immediately give you in cash. Please give me some time. Gradually, I shall purchase and sell my gross goods, and in this way fulfill your treasury."